Allahabad High Court has called upon the central government to implement the Uniform Civil Code, stating that it is a necessity. The court said that Uniform Civil Code is mandatorily required today and cannot be made purely voluntary. The bench further said that a common civil code will help the cause of national integration by removing disparate loyalties to laws that have conflicting ideologies. The Uniform Civil Code calls for one law for all religious communities in matters relating to marriage, divorce, adoption, and inheritance. So joining me now on the broadcast is senior lawyer Ramakant Gaur, senior lawyer of the Supreme Court. Good evening, Mr. Gaur. Your thoughts on this? Of course, this has been a raging debate, and time and again, courts have opined on its importance. The Allahabad High Court has cited once again the issue of disparity, which complicates matters in civil cases. In your experience as a lawyer, is that a strong enough ground to have a uniform civil code?
See, the strong enough ground was the existence of the provision of Uniform Civil Code in Article 44 of Constitution of India. So that's a strengthened ground in itself. If we look at the parliamentary debates at that relevant time, then we'll find only two areas were remaining where uniformity was sought by virtue of Article 44. And they are marriage and succession. Even in July 2021, Delhi High Court has specifically mandated that Uniform Civil Code should be brought into. Allahabad High Court has given a detailed judgment whereby the progress of the law since the Britishers' time has been discussed. Parliamentary debates have been quoted, and more particularly the statement of Baba Bhimrao Ambedkar, whereby he stressed that whatever is required now, and he was saying at that relevant time that we are progressing. It's a progressive society. So if you put a particular sex law,
yes,
and like we have seen, anti-conversion laws were brought into state of UP. Freedom of Religion Act was already there in existence. So when there is this kind of chaos, one nation, one law which governs about the marriage and the mannerism of succession, if it is provided, it will be a lucid proposition. There will be there should be no hue and cry on that. But India is a country of diverse land.
Yes.
There are communities, there are not only some religions. There may be Hindu, Muslim, Zoroastrians, Parsis, and these are few communities. But if we go a little far off areas, who are not educated, who are still striving for the sustenance, the implementation of this law is not that easy. So,
right.
Academically speaking, it's a good proposition. Practically speaking, it will take some more time, some more 8 years to see the light of the day.
Mr. Gaur, I appreciate you saying that, this is, a progressive thing. But then let's also understand, and in your own words, you say that this is a country with religious plurality. Where are the conflict areas? Will this, in some ways, conflict with the issue of privacy, with the issue of practicing religion, religious freedom? Will there be those conflict areas here? Because family matters, let's face it, every religion have their own laws. And here in this country, that religiosity of people across communities is very, very strong.
No doubt about that, Africa. And we face that in day in, day out. There are enormous laws which are governing various limbs of the life. But what prevails today is the commandment of the local sect leaders, religious leaders, and they prevail. We need to be a little practical about one aspect, that India is not 8 metropolitans and some developed area. If we move 100 kilometers out from Delhi, we look entirely different India, where a Pandit would dictate the terms of Hindu marriage and a Maulana would dictate the terms for Muslim marriage.
Yes.
If we go a little ahead, somewhere remote areas, things are very, very difficult. You know, that is the reason we see such catastrophic incidents where Khap Panchayat have ordered the murder for the kids who have fled from their home and married together. So it's nothing new. So these are practical realities. Irrespective of presence of uniform laws, Khap Panchayat prevails, Maulanas prevails, Pandits prevail, and society leaders prevail even over the constitution. This is very unfortunate kind of situation, but we cannot turn off our eye from the realistic aspects.
Yes,
The judgment is good. It exhaustively discusses about Hindu family code, its impact, and the parliamentary debates, and shows as to why this uniform civil code is not applied. But it's not that easy also. And that's
when
the
you
reason
say it's not easy, yes, the implementation part of it, the acceptance part of it, Mr. Gaur, you admitted that it's not going to be an easy way out, easy way through this. But what are your recommendations? If you are in favor of having a uniform civil code, how do you think the centre should go about it, given the fact that, you know, there's going to be a tremendous amount of resistance to it? There's no doubt about that.
There will be a great furore. After this judgment, we saw that earlier also. So central government may take out some regulations, may take out some propositions, but it is not that easy. We have seen today that central government had to withdraw 3 farms law even today.
Yes.
So they were affecting the life of farmers only. This aspect is going to affect anyone and everyone who is citizen of this country. It is not that easy for a person to opt for a uniformity in the law. Here we live in the country where grandparents also, they command the life of the kids. So in this situation, the law was there, is there. It's how is it going to be made effective? Central government has to deal with this very carefully.
Yes, at the moment, this is the Allahabad High Court, of course, urging upon the central government to implement it, citing that the uniformity is necessary. Just like there is uniformity in criminal law, there should be uniformity in civil code as well. But yes, the debate will rage on for some time again, now that this has been reignited. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Ramakant Gaur, with your views on the subject. In a mega